There's been something trending on Facebook over the last several weeks. It's called the 10-year challenge. Perhaps you've done it yourself. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the 10-year challenge, here's the premise of it. You take your Facebook profile picture from 10 years ago and compare it side by side with your current Facebook profile picture and see how much you've changed over the last decade. Well, here is my 10-year challenge. You ready? Here it is. Alright, I never said it was going to be pretty, but nonetheless, a lot of things have changed over the last decade. 10 years ago, I was 18 years old, a senior in high school, not having a lot of care and responsibility outside of my schoolwork, my extracurricular activities, and my part-time job. Now fast forward, 10 years later, I'm now 28, I'm a pastor, I'm a husband, and a father of a 3-year-old son, with another son that will be born in a couple of weeks. I think we do things like the 10-year challenge because we like reminiscing about how things used to be and comparing it to how things are now. We like to see how much we have changed and how much we have grown, whether it be physically, spiritually, mentally, or even maturity-wise. We like comparing our past to our present and seeing how much things have changed. Well, the Bible does that very same thing too. The Bible talks about our past situation and the Bible talks about our present situation. Listen to how Paul describes our past situation in Ephesians chapter 2. As for you, you were dead in your transgressions and sins. So our past situation was not very pretty at all. Paul describes us as being spiritually dead, unmoving, lifeless, helpless, hopeless. He describes us as being spiritually dead at one point, being completely unable to please God, and as a result, being completely unable to earn our way to heaven. So our past situation was not great at all. But you see, God's love for us is absolutely amazing because He saw our past situation and He decided to do something about it. Listen to what Paul also says in Ephesians chapter 2. But because of His great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. You see, God saw how absolutely helpless we were and decided to fix the problem. He sent His one and only Son, Jesus Christ, into this world to live a perfect life that we could not live in our place. And then He died on the cross, dying a perfect death that we could not die, so that Jesus' perfection would be accredited to our name. And because we have Jesus' perfection, we are now considered alive with Christ. We are no longer spiritually dead, destined for an eternity in hell. But now we are spiritually alive, destined for an eternal life in heaven, where we will be forever happy, satisfied, and safe. Our past wasn't great, but our present is fantastic, and our future is even greater as we get to look forward to eternal life in heaven. Why did God do all of this anyway? Well, Paul tells us why. It is by grace you have been saved. You see, we are not worthy of God's love because of how much we sin every single day in our thoughts, words, and actions. But even though we are sinners, God has an amazing love for us that will never fail. And because of His great love for us, He has changed our gloomy past. He has made it into a wonderful present. And because of that, we have a glorious future waiting for us. Thanks be to God. I pray that this message has been a blessing to you. And if it has been, please like and share so that other people may be blessed by this wonderful message of God's wonderful love and how He affects our past, our present, and our future. I pray that God blesses you on this day and every day.